In this video, we're going to be replacing our headlight retainer clip on a 2015 Hyundai Sonata. We're going to loosen up this top piece here, our radiator support cover. I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver, slowly back these out. So now we're on the inside and the passenger side of our bumper in the fender well area. We have 3 push clips, Phillips push clips, and we have 1 Phillips or 10mm bolt holding the bumper to the fender. So we're going to use a 10mm socket and take that bolt out. And then a Phillips screwdriver to remove these. All right, with a panel tool, take that out the rest of the way. Now here, you can rotate your wheel to make it a little easier for yourself, but you'll be rotating your wheel back and forth for left and right side. Just like to take the time, do it with the wheel straight. All right, on this side we have the same 3 clips and a 10mm or Phillips bolt up top. We're going to use a 10mm. And we'll get all 3 of these started, and then we'll come back with the panel tool and take them all the way out. Okay, now underneath we have a few bolts here, or Phillips. We're going to use the 10mm bolt option. We're going to take them right out. This one here is actually just the Phillips. Now this may be different than your car. Somebody may have replaced this. Whatever the case, if it's on the red, go ahead and take it out. Moving along, we have another 10mm of Phillips. And then one more down this end here. Okay, we've come to the driver's side of our bumper here. This is our bumper fender gap. What we're gonna do is grab right on the inside here. You can see it's already starting to pull out. We're gonna pull away from the fender. We're gonna do that. We're gonna try and separate the bumper from the bumper bracket that's in behind it here. Just going to continue to pull out. You're going to try and work your hand in a little further as you go. You don't want to put too much strain and bend the bumper here at a hard angle. So just continue to pull out. Sometimes the quicker the motion, the easier it comes off. And again, we'll have more clips underneath the headlight here. So just do the same thing, just work those clips off. Now if you're doing this by yourself, what you want to do is loosely seat that back in place. Go over to the other side and do the same process on the other side. Grab our fender right here. We're going to pull outwards. I'm going to do it one quick motion this time to show you the difference. All right, so we are going to keep working that out. And the same thing, our clips here underneath the headlight. Now for the most part, your bumper is free. Now, What we're gonna do is get to the front of the vehicle in the center and walk this bumper off. All right, so up top here, you may have to just kind of pry that upwards and off of that little tab on both sides. And then you can work your bumper straight off. Now at this point, you can either lean it on your leg and disconnect your fog lights, or if you've already done that, you can just go ahead and walk your bumper right off. If you've had to disconnect your fog lights and that's done, go ahead and grab your bumper from the center and just walk it straight back. Okay, our rear bolt here on our headlight's gonna be a 12 mil. Take that out. Our front two are going to be 10 millimeters. And then front down here. And because we're doing this on the passenger side, our coolant overflow hose is attached to the headlight itself. You can remove the clip underneath here if you want, or if you're able to, pull this hose off of your reservoir bottle. Again, only do this portion when the vehicle is cold. If you're gonna disconnect the clip, doesn't really matter. From here, what you're gonna do is grab your headlight, pull forward until you come out of the clips. And because we're just replacing the retaining clip, we don't have to disconnect our bulbs. So we're just gonna rotate our headlight and sit it up on top. And then to replace your retaining clip or remove your retaining clip, you're gonna wanna come in with a flathead screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, or finger. There's a tab in the center you wanna push forward while you grab a hold of this clip and pull upwards. Here's that clip in the rear. To install your new headlight retainer bracket, you are going to orient it the same way as it was. Or if you forgot or not sure, you can look at your other side here. So it's gonna be the long side on the bottom. We're gonna slide that into the groove and we're gonna press down until the inside clicks in. I rotate our headlight back into position. And on the passenger side, just take notice of where your overflow coolant hose is. I'll line this up. And then we're just gonna push to the rear of the vehicle to put it into those clips that we just had down the bottom. Now from here, we're just gonna reattach our coolant hose, just push it back in, make sure it's all the way on. Okay, now starting at the front, we can reinstall our 10 millimeter bolts. And we have one at the back, which is a 12 millimeter. Okay, so we're gonna walk our bumper up to the vehicle. So now we're gonna go ahead and reattach our fog lights and then put our bumper back on. We're gonna align the center with our hood latch and put our radiator support cover over the hood latch. That should get us somewhere centered close. Now we can move over to our headlights. Let's see if our headlights fit in. They look pretty good on both sides. That gap here looks pretty good. So what we can do now is pick a side. We're going to start on this side here. We have some tabs on the bumper. These tabs need to go into the tabs underneath the headlight. We also have tabs down the side of the bumper. They will need to go into our bumper bracket on the fender. So we're going to lift our bumper up until those tabs look like they want to go into position. Same thing on the side. We're going to align those tabs. And we're just going to give it a good smack into position. And we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so on this side, again, we're going to look for our tabs to go in underneath our headlight and our tabs to go on our bumper bracket and our fender. You may have to pull up slightly to get them into position. Looks pretty good. We'll give it a little hit. Looks good. All right, so up top here on our radiator support cover, we have our push clips to put back in place. We're going to put in our 10 mil bolt. Okay, so on the inside of our bumper lip here, we have 1, 2, 3 push clips we can reinstall. These are going to hold our fender liner to the bumper. And then straight up from the third is where our 10 millimeter bolt's going to go back in. We can put our push pins back in, holding our fender liner to our bumper on this side now. And then straight up from here is our 10 mil bolt.
Now we're going to get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure all 4 tires are set at the appropriate pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Transferring that measurement to the wall, making a mark with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, putting another piece of tape. For the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turning the headlights on, it is easier to do this at night or in a dark area. Locating your headlight adjuster and using a Phillips head screwdriver, turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight up or down. Once the headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for that one. Now your headlights are aligned and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.